Reader's Digest Bible Reading, Part 4. After this, Jesus went about in Galilee, but not in Judea, because the Jews sought to kill him. Now the Jews' feast of tabernacles was at hand. So his brothers said to him, "Leave here and go to Judea, that your disciples may see the works you are doing. For no man works in secret if he seeks to be known openly. If you do these things, show yourself to the world." For even his brothers did not believe in him. "My time has not yet come," Jesus said, "but your time is always here. The world cannot hate you, but it hates me, because I testify of it that its works are evil. Go to the feast yourself. I am not going up to this feast, for my time has not yet fully come." But after his brothers had gone up, then he also went, not publicly but in private. The Jews were looking for at the feast, and there was much muttering about him among the people. While some said, "He is a good man," others said, "No, he is leading the people astray." Yet, for fear of the Jews, no one spoke openly of him. About the middle of the feast, Jesus went into the temple and taught. The Jews marveled, saying, "How is it that this man has learning when he has never studied?" "My teaching is not mine," Jesus answered them, "but his who sent me. If any man's will is to do his will, he shall know whether the teaching is from God or whether I am speaking on my own authority. He who speaks on his own authority seeks his own glory, but he who seeks the glory of him who sent him is true, and in him there is no falsehood. Did not Moses give you the law? Yet none of you keeps the law. Why do you seek to kill me? You have a demon." The people answered, "Who is seeking to kill you?" "I did one deed," Jesus answered, "and you all marveled at it. Moses gave you circumcision, not that is from Moses, but from the fathers. And you circumcise a man upon the Sabbath. If on the Sabbath a man receives circumcision, so that the law of Moses may not be broken, are you angry with me because on the Sabbath I made a man's whole body well? Do not judge by appearances, but judge with right judgment." Some of the people of Jerusalem said, "Is not this man whom they seek to kill? And here he is, speaking openly, and they say nothing to him. Can it be that the authorities really know that this is the Christ? We know where this man come from, and when the Christ appears, no one will know where he comes from." So Jesus proclaimed as he taught in the temple, "Who you know me, and you know where I come from, but I have come of my own accord. He who sent me is true, and him you do not know. I know him, for I come from him, and he sent me." So they sought to arrest him, but no one laid hands on him, because his hour has not yet come. Yet many of the people believed in him. When the Christ appears, they said, "Will he do more signs than this man has done?" The Pharisees heard the crowd thus muttering about him, and the chief priests and the Pharisees sent officers to arrest him. Jesus then said, "I shall be with you a little longer, and then I go to him who sent me. You will seek me, and you will not find me. Where I am, you cannot come." "Where does this man intend to go?" the Jews said, "that we shall not find him? Does he intend to go to the dispersion among the Greeks and to teach the Greeks? What does he mean?" On the last day of the feast, the great day, Jesus stood and proclaimed, "If anyone thirsts, let him come to me and drink. When he who believes in him, as the scripture has said, out of his heart shall flow rivers of living water." Now this he said about the Spirit which those who believed in him were to receive. For as yet the Spirit had not been given, because Jesus was not yet glorified. When they heard these words, some people said, "This is really the prophet," or "This is the Christ." But some said, "Is the Christ come from Galilee? Has not the scripture said that the Christ is descended from David and comes from Bethlehem, the village where David was?" So there was a division among people over him. Some wanted to arrest him, but no one laid hands on him. The officers then went back to the chief priests and Pharisees, who asked, "Why did you not bring him?" "No man ever spoke like this man," they answered. "Are you led astray?" The Pharisees said, "You also? Have any of the authorities believed in him?" But this crowd, who do not know the law, are accursed. Nicodemus, who had gone to him before and who was one of them, said, "Does our law judge a man without first giving him a hearing and learning what he does?" "Are you from Galilee too?" they replied. "Search, and you will see that no prophet is to rise from Galilee." Early in the morning Jesus came again to the temple, and he sat down and taught. And the scribes and the Pharisees brought a woman caught in adultery. "Teacher, this woman has been caught in the act of adultery," they said. "Now in the law of Moses commanded us to stone such. What do you say about her?" This they said to test him, that they might have some charge to bring against him. Jesus bent down and wrote with his finger on the ground. When they continued to ask him, he stood up and said, "Let him who is without sin among you be the first to throw a stone at her." And once more he bent down and wrote with his finger on the ground. Then they went away one by one, beginning with the eldest, and Jesus was left alone with the woman standing before him. Jesus looked up and said, "Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you?" "No, no one, Lord," she said. "Neither do I condemn you," Jesus said. "Go and do not sin again." Jesus again spoke to the people, saying, "I am the light of the world. He who follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." "You are bearing witness to yourself," the Pharisees said. "Your testimony is not true. Even if I do bear witness to myself," Jesus answered, "my testimony is true, for I know whence I have come and whither I am going. But you do not know whence I come or whither I am going. You judge according to the flesh, I judge no one. Yet, even if I do judge, my judgment is true, for it is not I alone that judge, but I and He who sent me. In your law it is written that the testimony of two men is true. I bear witness to myself, and the Father who sent me bears witness to me." "Where is your Father?" they asked. "You know neither me nor my Father," Jesus answered. "If you know me, you would know my Father also." These words he spoke in the temple, but no one arrested him, because his hour has not yet come.